Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we dive into the latest news and current events shaping our world. I'm your host, Barbara, and I'm thrilled to have you joining us today. As we begin this episode, let's take a look at some of the top stories making headlines. The U.S. Supreme Court has been making waves with several recent decisions, including one that allows the Trump administration to pause a humanitarian program that provided temporary protection to hundreds of thousands of migrants from Venezuela, Cuba, Haiti, and Nicaragua. This decision has significant implications for those who have been relying on this program for their livelihoods and safety. The program, known as Temporary Protected Status, or TPS, was established to provide relief to individuals fleeing conflict, natural disasters, or other extraordinary conditions in their home countries. In another development, the Supreme Court has also allowed the Trump administration to invalidate work permits and other documents granting lawful status to about 5,000 Venezuelans. This decision has sparked concerns among immigrant advocates and lawmakers, who argue that it could lead to deportations and disrupt the lives of those affected. Meanwhile, President Trump has been making news on the trade front, threatening to double steel and aluminum tariffs to 50%. Wow, add aluminum tariffs to 50%. This move is likely to escalate tensions with China and other trading partners, and could have significant consequences for the global economy. In other news, Elon Musk has announced that he's leaving Doge, a cryptocurrency that has gained popularity in recent months. While this may seem like a minor development, it highlights the ongoing volatility and uncertainty surrounding the world of cryptocurrencies. As we navigate these complex and often conflicting stories, it's essential to stay informed and consider multiple perspectives. At Barbara's Bulletin, we're committed to providing you with balanced and unbiased coverage of the news that matters most. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're halfway through our program, and I'm excited to dive into our next story. Today, we're focusing on the ongoing developments in the Middle East, specifically the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. As we've been following the situation, there have been several key updates that warrant our attention. Firstly, Israel has announced that it will not allow a planned meeting of Arab ministers in Ramallah to take place. The meeting, which was intended to discuss promoting the establishment of a Palestinian state, has been deemed provocative by Israeli officials. According to reports, the delegation of ministers from Jordan, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates would have required Israeli consent to travel to the West Bank from Jordan. However, an Israeli official stated that such a meeting would be seen as a threat to Israel's security, as a potential Palestinian state could undoubtedly become a terrorist state in the heart of the land of Israel. This development comes ahead of an international conference co-chaired by France and Saudi Arabia, scheduled to take place in New York from June 17 to 20. The conference aims to discuss the issue of Palestinian statehood, with many countries, including those in the European Union, supporting a two-state solution. Meanwhile, tensions between Israel and Hamas continue to escalate. In recent days, Israeli attacks on Gaza have resulted in significant civilian casualties, with at least 45 people killed, including 7 in a strike targeting a family home in Jabalia. The total death toll since Israel resumed operations on March 18 now stands at over 54,000, mostly civilians. In response to the situation, French President Emmanuel Macron has stated that recognizing a Palestinian state is not only a moral duty, but a political necessity. However, Israel's foreign ministry has accused Macron of undertaking a crusade against the Jewish state. It's essential to approach this complex issue with nuance and understanding, acknowledging the valid concerns and perspectives of all parties involved. As we continue to follow the developments in the region, it's crucial to prioritize fairness, balance, and accuracy in our reporting. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to the closing segment of Barbara's Bulletin. As we conclude today's episode, I'd like to shift our attention to a devastating story unfolding in Nigeria, where severe flooding has resulted in a tragic loss of life and widespread destruction. According to reports from the Straits Times and Deutsche Welle, the death toll from the floods has risen to at least 151 people, with over 3,000 individuals displaced and more than 500 households impacted. The flooding occurred in the central town of Mokwa in Niger State, where torrential rains caused floodwaters to sweep away numerous homes and businesses. As Nigerian President Bola Tinubu stated, "I extend my heartfelt condolences to the affected families and the good people of Niger State at this difficult time." The government has mobilized federal agencies to support search and rescue operations and provide relief materials to those in need. It's essential to note that Nigeria is prone to flooding during its rainy season, which typically lasts from April to October. In 2022, the country experienced one of its worst waves of floods in over a decade, resulting in more than 600 deaths, 1.4 million displacements, and significant damage to farmland. As we reflect on this tragic event, it's crucial to acknowledge the importance of flood awareness and alleviation efforts in Nigeria. The country's lack of drainage infrastructure, construction of homes on waterways, and dumping of waste in drains and water channels all contribute to the severity of flooding. In conclusion, our thoughts are with the people of Nigeria as they navigate this challenging time. It's a poignant reminder of the importance of addressing climate-related disasters and investing in infrastructure to mitigate their impact. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay engaged.